What is going on, everybody? Our shrimp keepers. What's going on, shrimp keepers? This is Rob with flipaquatics.com, and today we are doing episode 15 of Coffee with Flip. That's like 4 months. Wait, no, that's 5 months. Yeah, 5 times 4. No, I'm losing my mind already today. Let's see, four weeks in a month. 4 weeks times 4 months would be 16. So yeah, I was right the first time. 4 months. No. You know, things happen. It's still kind of early. If I was on the West Coast, it'd only be 7:30. So I guess that's an excuse. Ooh, let me mute this. Yeah, so let me pop out chat. Tons of stuff to talk about. Before I do anything, though, I got to give a huge shout out to Scooter. I know I talked about this last week in the members only stream. But this is awesome. Scooter is a guy that ordered from us. Very, very nice. He decided to make this from it. There's a long story behind it, but he even wrote some stuff on the back. Really cool. Even put a stamp on it. It says, handcrafted by Scooter. So that is awesome. So he made this, like, the detail that goes into making, like, this little piece right here blows my mind. And he, like, got all these tiny little lines in there. So, Scooter, thank you so much. I hope you're watching this. I wanted to do this at the beginning in case you did come across this. I appreciate it a ton. Extremely nice. I'm going to be hanging this up in the office with all the other art that everyone else has sent me. I just haven't hung it up yet. So Priscilla, and I think it's mainly Priscilla. But Priscilla, I'm sorry, I will get it up. But yeah, this is absolutely amazing. He also carved out my name, Tyler's name, Jeff's name, and Amanda's name. And just a really thoughtful thing. And really appreciate you doing that. So Scooter, thank you very much. And yeah, I just thought that was awesome. So I want to start there. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. Gotta have your coffee. I'm still on decaf. It seems to be helping a lot. Believe it or not, I was drinking. I mean, at the bare minimum, I would say I was drinking 12 cups a day at the bare minimum, and then I was drinking like 2 Diet Pepsis. So caffeine, I was getting a ton of it, and I just quit cold turkey. And I have to say, I haven't felt a headache yet. I haven't been tired. So I don't know. Maybe my body just doesn't need caffeine. But I am drinking decaf. I got Dunkin' Donuts. I made it in a real coffee pot, so it's still technically kind of real coffee. I've upgraded since my instant coffee days. You guys would be very proud, I hope. So yeah, so we're enjoying Wednesday. Good morning to everyone here. Let's see who we got. Daryl Deemer, first one here. Steven was here, and I just found out. I think Jess just let me know this. Steven was the one that just sent me a video on it. He has a 10-gallon, I believe, and it's a brine shrimp grow-out tank. And he just keeps a light on it 24 hours a day. And I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. Lucas Bretz did a video on it. Steven also has a YouTube channel. Let me make sure. Go to channel. And yeah, it was really stinking cool. Yeah, so it looks like that is his channel. Brine shrimp grow-out. I just see the video. Super awesome. And so I thought that idea was really cool, and I really wanted to try it. I'm thinking maybe in the new building we could try it. But Steven said enjoying this cooler weather in Ohio. I know there's been heat all across the country, and it has been absolutely hot everywhere. And I'm really excited that today I woke up in my house. I had it set to 68, and it was actually 66 in my house. So you know that it's cool outside when your temp is lower than you have it set. So that made me really happy. But everyone else, Woo, Wine, and Wet Sleeves. Good morning. Draco, Rue, Christopher, Burl. I think that's how you say it. Chris. Burrell. No, I think it's Burl. I always get that mixed up. Brian here from Brian's Fish Tanks. Huge shout out to him. Chris Bailey, our new member. Joining in for the first live stream. So Chris, thank you so much for being here. And I just saw we got another member come in. But Chris, thank you so much for signing up. Really do appreciate that. Draco's here. And Terry's Tanks. Good morning, Terry. Terry's a good friend of mine. Another rumor. Chris, Draco. Everybody's here. Good morning, everybody. And I know there's going to be more people shuffling in. The new member is Jennifer Merva. So Jennifer, thank you so much. Now, if you guys didn't know, the reason we do membership or what membership entails is we have one of these Coffee with Flip episodes every single week. The opposite week would be a members only. So it's a more, I guess, intimate stream or more one-on-one. There's usually probably only about 20 to 30 of us in there. And really, it's if you have a question, it gets answered 100%. And so it's really, really nice. And it's a good way just for us to like kind of let back. I share a lot more personal things with the business. I also share a lot more personal things with my life and what's going on. And so if it's something that you really want to get to know me and what I'm about and what we're doing here, you get a whole lot of behind the scenes stuff. And so if you guys are interested, definitely consider becoming a member. It supports us. And realistically, it's just a way of me having a support system and a way for you guys to really connect with me. And I really do appreciate it. And honestly, like the money that you do pay to be a member, I think it's $5 a month. It really does help. And we truly, truly appreciate it. And so, Jennifer, welcome and thank you so much. But yes, so let's see your name here. Alex, no coffee. Yeah, like no decaf is, I guess it's really not considered coffee. I think it still has a little bit of caffeine in there, but not very much. I mean, honestly, I don't know that for a fact, but I would assume because they have to make it somehow. But anyway, besides the point. Let's see. Big Andy's 1987 said, "Hey Rob, I'm Big Andy." I love that. I'm Big Andy from the UK. Love your channel and all the great work you do for the hobby. Wish I could get some of your shrimp and great stuff. Can't even get Fritz in the UK. Hope you have a great day. I'm assuming that's what he meant. Or a great stream. Big Andy, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Christian Klein in the house. Christian must be on summer break. What's going on, Christian? Christian is a young kid that I think is just awesome. He's not that young. I think he's 17, maybe 18 now. And just has that entrepreneurial spirit, has his own fish room, breeds a ton of stuff, does some really cool stuff. He's actually local to me. He lives about 45 minutes away. And so Christian's just awesome. I really hope he does well in the hobby and in life and does some cool stuff. But yeah, so today, Flynn's here too. What's going on, Flynn? Let me say hi to Flynn real quick. Flynn commented, "What do you think was the hardest part of starting an aquarium business from scratch?" Wow. All right, so I'll answer this question and we'll get on topic. But the hardest part. So I guess not the hardest part for me, but I think the hardest part that I would see for other people, and then I'll answer it for me, is that most people that start an aquarium business have a super big passion for aquariums. They don't necessarily have a passion for business, and that makes it really tough. If you're not passionate about business, it's going to be really hard to succeed. Just because you could have all the passion in the world for what you're doing, but if you don't have a little bit of passion towards business, then you're going to get burnt out quick. Because honestly, it's the person on top, the person that starts the company, that has to do all the kind of the crappy work. I mean, lack of other words. It's just the work that it shuffles up to the top because no one else knows how to do it. Now, crappy work isn't necessarily like water changes or anything like that. It's more or less like you have a customer that's really upset and no one else knows what to do, and you're the one that has to be like the savior. You have to come in there and like come up with a solution and try to make them happy. And so I would say that would be the hardest part, is having a passion for business. But luckily, I have a huge passion for business and also aquariums. And so it's like merging two of my best passions together at once. But the hardest thing for me, and I think this is going to be the hardest thing for a lot of people, is believing in myself. So I always knew that I was going to be successful in my own right. I always knew that I was going to start a business, and even from being a kid, like I always wanted to have a business, and I knew that I was going to start a business and I was going to do well at it, and I was going to provide a life for me and my family, and I wasn't going to have to worry about like the company I'm working for going out of business or me getting fired. Like I was just going to create my own path, and I always wanted to do that. But the truth is, I never realized like how successful I could be or how high I could go. And so I say this all the time. I put like an invisible roof over my head that I couldn't go above. And so when I started the business, I was just working a ton. I wasn't seeing a ton of success. And then eventually I saw a little bit of success, and it was like, wow, like this is crazy. And now we're at the point where I know that we could take this thing like anywhere. Like we could get huge. Like there could be a time where we're doing $1 million a month. Like you just don't know. And it's not necessarily about the money, but it's just believing in yourself that you're capable to build a company to that size. And and make an aquarium business successful, because you can. And it's just believing in yourself. A lot of people lack belief in themselves. They listen to what other people have to say. And I don't want to throw anyone on the bus, and I want to say this lightly, but there were very few people in my life that believed that I could do this. Even when I was grinding and I was putting in like those crazy hours, 60, 70, 80 hours a week, every single week, back to back, not traveling, not doing anything, like just working. People honestly just thought that it was just for nothing. Like, this is just a hobby. And even my wife at some points, and I love her to death, and she believes in me 100% now. But there were times where she's like, you just need to go get an office job. Like, we're not making any money. Like, this is making our marriage struggle, and you just need to, like, maybe, wrap it up. Like, it's not where you said it would be. And that's true. Like, I thought it would grow a lot quicker than it did, and it never did. And so there was a lack of belief in myself. Not in myself. A lot of people didn't believe in me, but I believed in myself 100% at a certain point. And when I got to that point, that's when things really started taking off for me. And so my biggest advice to anyone that is trying to make this into a business is know that you can do it. And you could be better than me. You could be better than Aquarium Co-op. You could be better than a lot of people. It's just believing that you could do that. And not listening to the people around you. And I think this is really cool. And I know this is super off topic, but I guess that's what live streams are for. There's this line of succession, and I don't know if succession is the right word, but there's this line of event that if this happens, that you're somewhat successful, we'll say. And it always starts with when you have a crazy idea, when you're going to start a business. Like me, when I decided I was going to start a shrimp business. That are non-edible shrimp. Everyone in my life was like, you're crazy. Like, that's absolutely crazy. No one does that. I've never heard of it. It's not going to work. You're crazy. And not everyone in my life, but a lot of people in my life. And then all of a sudden, people start seeing the success that you're having. They start seeing what you're doing. They see the YouTube audience grow, and they see your influence grow, and they see the things that you get, and they equate that to you're making tons of money and all this stuff. And all of a sudden they're like, man, like, that guy was pretty smart. Like, that was really smart that he did that. So you go from crazy to smart. And then at the end of the spectrum, when you really did something cool, is people start saying that, man, that guy got lucky. He was in the right place at the right time, and it just worked out for him. Completely lucky. And so that's happened to me. Like, a lot of people say, like, at least in the shrimp keeping community, a lot of people say that I'm lucky because I have a YouTube following. And if I didn't have a YouTube following, I'd be nothing. And the truth is, yeah, like, if I didn't have you guys, I would not be where I am today in no way, shape, or form. But that has nothing to do with luck. That has everything to do with me seeing an opportunity and wanting to do it and going for it. There were times where, like, when I started making videos, you guys can go back and watch my first video. And my first video ever is me being like, what's up, YouTube? Like, this is my 55-gallon tank. Just resealed it. It's like 2 minutes long. It's me just, like, being crazy. And at the end of it, I think I'm like, peace out. And I didn't show my face on YouTube for forever. So the reason is I didn't start YouTube to make it into a career. It just kind of happened that way. But when I noticed there was an opportunity, I went for it 1,000%. And that's when you succeed. When you see opportunity and you just go for it. There's no hesitation. There's no nothing. Like, the minute I saw that there was a need for what I'm doing, there was a need for a shrimp breeder or something, I just went for it. And so it's been a crazy journey, and I'm so blessed. And I give all the credit to God, and God has just put me in the place that I'm at, and He's given me everything that I have. He's encouraged me. He's got me through some really tough times. I say it all the time. There were months where I didn't know how I was going to make rent. There was a point when, and this is so cool. This is such a God story, and I'm sorry to get like that with you guys, but this is such a cool story, and I just have to say it. There was a time where I had so much credit card debt that I couldn't afford to keep paying rent on this building. I couldn't afford to keep paying the bills and pay the minimum payment on the credit card. I was working as much as I could physically work for both businesses to keep them going. And I remember just sitting down, I went somewhere and I'm sitting there, and somebody's asked me about my business, and I'm just like, yeah. And they're like, well, what are your struggles? And I'm always very transparent. I'm like, I don't know how we're going to get by. I truly believe in this. Like, you know, we have credit card debt up to here. I'm working my butt off, and it's just, you got to do what you got to do. And the person that was listening to me, like, really heard that. And they just really, like, I don't know, something just clicked there. And so nothing happened in that moment. But later on that day, actually from hanging out with that person, I'm driving home and I get a phone call from them. And they're just like, hey, like, I really thought about what you're saying, and here's what I want to do for you. And they're like, you know, how much credit card debt and how much money do you need? And I think it was like, maybe at that point it was like $15,000, which is a significant amount to someone that isn't making very much money and trying to start a business and working extra to keep money in the business and stuff like that. And so say it was $15,000 or somewhere around there. And I remember them telling me, like, I will give you $15,000 and you will pay off your credit card debt, and it will put you in a good spot. And you just give me whatever you think is fair as far as ownership in the company. And so that was just somebody that, like, you know, just believed in me right away and believed what I was saying and saw how hard I was working, and just gave us money. And it's things like that that push you forward and know you're doing what you're doing is the right thing. And so I know I got a little off topic there, but really cool stories of how we got to where we are. And again, I mean, people really think that we're just lucky. And the truth of the matter is, when you see an opportunity, you have to go for it. And when you do go for it, that's when you really see success. And that is exactly what we did. And it took me a long time to learn different things. But we are here where we are today. And it's still not easy. Like, there's still times like when it gets rough and you don't know, like, what's going to happen, but you just keep pushing. And I know what I'm doing is for God. And so I know that what I'm doing is right, and I'm doing the right thing. And so I'm not worried at all. And so I don't stress one bit. That's a lie. I do stress sometimes, but I know that God is in control, and I just have to lean into him more and more. So just a little bit about me. Flynn, you got me on a little bit of a tangent there, man. I love it. And Flynn did comment back. He said, that's a big thing I learned in an entrepreneurship class I took during the year. Your hard work will influence opportunities you have and can make it a bit of luck. Yeah. So if you guys are interested in starting a business, I definitely recommend it. But I will say that it is a ton of work. So it has to be a passion. I look forward to Mondays. I can't wait to go back to work. I can't wait to hang out with my team here. I love everyone that I work with: Jeff, Tyler, Mark, Ken, Amanda, like everyone that I work with, Chuck. They're just amazing people, and I love what I do, and I love that I get to do it every day. And if you don't have that passion, then don't even attempt it. Money is not a reason to start a business, because you'll never have it, because you'll give up before you get it. I guarantee it. And so, yeah, stress is inevitable. Anxiety is inevitable. And I was, man, we're really going off topic here, but I love it. I heard this thing that when you have anxiety, when you worry, instead of worry, you should worship. And so, like, when I get on these live streams and I go and talk to clubs, I worry. I worry that I'm not going to have the words to say. I worry that I'm going to mess up. I worry that I'm just going to freeze up there. I worry that what I say is not going to come across the right way. I worry. And instead of worrying, I should worship. So instead I should say, like, hey, God, I thank you for the 100 people that are listening to me right now. God, I thank you for the opportunity to share my passion with other people. And you just become a thankful person instead of a worrisome person. And so that's what I'm really trying to, like, train my mind to look at. And when I have anxiety, I try to think of it as being excited, and just retrain my body for how it interprets how I feel. And so I've really been working hard for that. You guys know that I gave up caffeine, so I drink decaffeinated coffee now, and that's just to kind of help me, like, get back to where I need to be and, like, ground myself and know that I'm just I'm good. And so Jess, I look forward to Wednesdays. Love the positivity I get from the streams every single week. So Jess, thank you so much. I absolutely appreciate every single one of you, especially the people that are here, just because it's so good to connect with you in real time and hear what you guys have to say. And yeah, it's just really good. So I try to be as open as possible. But anyway, we had a good little conversation there, and I loved it. But let's talk about what the stream was supposed to be about. And these are allowed to go anywhere, so this is good. But there is some really exciting things that I'm super excited about. One, we have the new building. I don't know if I actually released that on a public video yet. I know I talked about it last week, but I don't know if I did before that. So we have the new building. We got the keys for it. We moved all of our clutter, most of our clutter, over to the new building, and it's completely finished. Super excited about that. We ordered 24 of the 125 gallons that we're going to be putting down there. We actually need, I think we're going to do 96 total, maybe 100 if we can fit them. I really want to do 100 just because 100 sounds good. And so we got that ordered. They'll be here by the end of the month, which is next week. I think they're coming next Tuesday or Wednesday. And then we'll have to get all that plumbed in. We'll have to get an RO unit and things like that over there and get that up and running. And hopefully, I mean, I'm praying that will solve our inventory issue, because right now, like if you go to our website, we're sold out of almost everything. And it's just the way it is. Like we do not have enough space to keep inventory, which really sucks, but we're getting there and we're going, and it's going to be great. And so really excited about the new building. There's going to be a lot more videos coming from over there. The gallery is going to be awesome. I think I'm going to invite a bunch of YouTubers down and maybe have like, I was thinking about this, maybe have an event for 100 people, maybe only 50. I don't know how many we could really fit comfortably in that building. Have a big like cookout, and everyone can come down and meet some YouTubers. And then I want to like do a mural. I don't know how to say it. Mural, where you paint on a wall. Mural? I think that's how you say it. Okay, mural. That's what we're going to go with, not morel. I think that's a mushroom. Man is probably laughing right now. But anyway, I want to do one of those, and I want to have everyone that comes to that opening event sign that in a way, or put a piece of themselves into it by drawing something or something just really cool that could stick with us and be something that we always remember. And so I really want to do something like that. And so I don't know how many people we could fit, but I think it would be really cool if I got some of the YouTubers that I'm really close with and invite some other people just to come down and hang out with us for the weekend. And maybe we'll do like a Saturday event and a Sunday event. And again, not do it to like make money or anything like that, but just to celebrate what we're trying to do and bring the community closer and closer together, like we've tried with FishTube. And so really excited about the new building. I think it's going to be absolutely awesome. Sunshine Aquatics is in Ohio. That's awesome. Yeah, so good morning to everyone just tuning in. I'll have to go back through here. But yeah, there's just so much going on. We have been having some issues. So you guys know how hot it's been. And so shipping fish has been somewhat of an issue lately. And so we have been working hard to find a solution to shipping live fish. Now, shrimp, snails, plants, those things are all good. You know, they can arrive in 3-4 days, and it's no problem at all. Like, rarely do we have, significant issues with those. But fish tend to be the ones that, could have a harder time. And so we were offering priority mail express shipping, which is rather expensive. And it's still 2 days usually. Sometimes it's 1 day, sometimes it's 2 days. But honestly, like it was, in my opinion, it was a little overpriced, and people weren't necessarily happy about it when it didn't arrive the next day. And so we did some research. And thank you, Ken, if Ken's listening. We found a place to do FedEx shipping. And so now on our website, we offer FedEx overnight shipping. And I think it's the same price as Priority Mail Express was. I think it's like $39.99. And so we're going to start offering that, and we're going to recommend everyone use that for live fish. That way it's guaranteed 100% they're going to make it to you alive. And I truly think it's going to be better for our animals and also better for you guys. I was going to say you all, but I didn't want to sound too country. And so I think it's going to help a lot. We have betta fish. We actually have a bunch of stuff getting ready to come out of quarantine. I think we have chili rasboras. We have a ton of pea puffers. We got ember tetras. We got, what are they? Dwarf gouramis. And a couple other things that are going to be on the website today. And we're going to release those probably towards the end of the day. I got to take some, what you see is what you get, betta pictures of all the betta fish that we have and get them up on the website. So I'm really excited to enter into this new era of Flip Aquatics where I know that we're going to be successful with shipping live fish. Now, the one thing we did do which let me do this real quick. There we go. The one thing we did do, now I don't remember what I was going to say, which happens. Oh, I can say this because I think it's funny now that I see myself in my monitor reflection. I always wear like a fish tube shirt, Flip Aquatics shirt, something like that, a business type shirt. So today, my dad gave me this shirt. I figured I'd wear it for him. And also it is like extremely comfortable. And so I totally switched up my wardrobe today just to be different. Because Sean Hale from Fritz and George Maverickson, Coralfish 12G, always give me a hard time that I'm always wearing Flip Aquatic shirts. So I figured I'd make those three people happy and wear something different today. And so here I am, guys. Blue shirt. But yeah, so, I remember the one thing that we are changing is we offer a 100% quarantine, or we do our 30-day quarantine on all livestock, no matter what. But there is one difference. The fish, we're only going to offer a 100% guarantee on overnight shipping. And then 3-day shipping, we really can't guarantee just because I don't trust it. And I want to really encourage everyone to do overnight. Again, because it's better for the fish and it's better for the customer. Like you're going to get it alive every single time. And so that's one thing that's going to be a little bit of a kind of sucks. But at least we can guarantee it. And I really want to be successful with Nano fish. And so we've had many trials and errors with our water change system. We've had a lot of success. We've learned a lot. And so I think Nano fish for us is really getting there. And it's really going to be a good thing for us. I'm really excited. But I want to see what everyone's doing. Tracy Walker, $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Been at Pilot 40 miles now of you. Been at Pilot 40 miles now of you. So I'm guessing, maybe you're 40 miles away from me, maybe. Or maybe you've been listening to us for 40 miles. I don't know. I don't know. But thank you, Tracy, so much for the super chat. So thankful. You guys are just absolutely awesome. I'm going to try to find some comments in here. Wowo Wine said, that's wonderful, Rob. And yes, all the glory to the creator. Absolutely. You always got to give credit where credit's due. And I give all credit to where I think credit's due. KG Cichlid says, I have to be honest and say I thought those were fancy looking biscuits on the plate back there. That is funny. No, so this is a plaque. Again, Scooter, thank you so much for this. Absolutely love it. Here, I'll have my line hold it up so you guys can see it. There we go. Now everyone knows what it is. Yeah, so this is awesome. If you guys didn't catch that story, Scooter is just a customer of ours, and just there's a long story behind it, but just decided to make that for us and send it to us, and it's just super, super nice. So big shout out to Scooter. Hey Rob, any update on your second store? Will be by you in August and would love to see it. I know you said it's not a retail store, but would love to see your hard work. Absolutely, we'll definitely be in it by. Wait, what is it? July, August? Yeah, we have the building, but we won't be in it. We might have some stuff done, but it's not a super rush. I negotiated 3 months free, so rent, and so we have 3 months to get the building up to par and get it to where it's actually like has shrimp in it and stuff like that. So I would say what's July, so August, September. So I would say by October, like we'll really be having some tanks in there and some things going on. Island Girl said, no one has ever solved a problem by worrying, but talking to God has helped me through so much. I agree 1,000,000%. Primetime Aquatics in the house. Jason, he was actually just here visiting. He said he posted a video this morning. I haven't got to see it, but he did a video on our warehouse. So if you guys want, head over to Primetime Aquatics. Jason is a great guy, really, really knowledgeable. He's a professor, just awesome guy. Really enjoy him. And he came down to visit and made a video of Flip Aquatics. So if you guys want to get an update on what's going on here, it's all in his video, I'm sure. Sunshine Aquatics says, Rob, I got your back. You drink the caffeinated coffee for you. I'll drink the caffeinated coffee for you. I love it. Nathan said, where's the new building? I hope in Youngstown or Boardman area. So actually, the new building is just right across the parking lot. So the compound here that we have this building in, there's a building up front that is 3 storefronts, and we leased one of the 3 storefronts. My ultimate goal is to buy this whole compound with this building and the 3 buildings up front, or the 3 conjoined buildings up front, and just make it a little Flip Aquatics empire. And so that's my goal. If it works out, it'd be awesome, because that building is huge. It's got an elevator in it, so easy to go up from the basement to the first floor, and just really cool stuff. So I think if we did get it over there, it would be huge. And really, where we live, it's not the greatest area, so I don't foresee them wanting to keep this property for a long time. But I think that we, as Flip Aquatics, can make it into something really cool. Nathan said, would love to stay and listen, but I have grass to mow since it's not raining or 100 degrees. Yeah, Nathan, you better get on that. Thank you for hanging out and being here. Shishi's Bubble Nest in the house. Thank you so much for hanging out. Let's see. Columbus is only about, I guess, depends on what part of Columbus, but I would say Columbus is about 2.5 hours from here. So it's always a trip worth taking, or that could be taken. Steven said, how do I get on that list? So you want to come, I'm guessing the list for the opening event. I'll make an announcement. What I'll do is I'll let the members know first and give them, and this isn't to encourage anyone to become members, but I do want the members to have first choice whether they want to come or not. And I think that would be awesome. The Fishy Mailman said, when is Jimmy going to make a guest appearance? So Jimmy actually only lives 45 minutes from us now. I haven't talked to him since he's been back, so I need to reach out to him. I think it'd be awesome to have him down and hang out with us for a day. I think he's just a good dude. Life with Pets says, wow, I made a live stream. Good morning, guys. Life with Pets, Sheila, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Always good to see new faces here. Jen G says, I use the Bee Shrimp Mineral GH for my RODI, or Rhodey water, for Taiwan bees. Your stock breeding like crazy, by the way. Thank you. My question is, can I use Shrimp Mineral GH and KH for fish tanks with RODI water? Absolutely. We actually use it. It's worked great in the past, and it's perfect. So yes, you can 100% use GH and KH for your fish tanks. 100%. King Lee, Twin Cities Guppies in the house. I see Candy's here also. Good morning to you two, and the Cove, everyone else here. The Water Box is here. Good morning to the Water Box. And yeah, so good to see you all here. Honestly, it's so good. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them now. I'd love to hang out for another 15 minutes or so, just answer some questions, drink a little coffee on this Wednesday morning, and just hang out. But yeah, so it's been awesome lately. I've traveled in an absolute ton in the last 6 weeks. So last weekend I was home. And I have to say, me and the wife spent the entire weekend doing nothing, and it was absolutely great. The one day we went over to we slept until like 11 o'clock, which I never sleep in that late. And then we went over to my parents' house, spent the whole day over there, had a little bit of a barbecue, let the chickens run around, made sure they didn't die in the heat, and it was just a good day. The next day she slept in, I got up early and hung out with my friends. And it was a great weekend. I really enjoyed it. I've really been getting into this show. I don't know if you guys watch Netflix. I'm sure almost everyone here watches Netflix. It's called The Last Kingdom. It was absolutely phenomenal. I loved it. I love like medieval type movies or shows, and it was absolutely good. The other one is The Expanse on Amazon. If you guys never seen that, it's a sci-fi show. I would highly recommend it. There's so many good shows out there. Like, you don't even need cable TV anymore. If you have Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, things like that, you can get unlimited entertainment. And also YouTube. YouTube is a really good platform. I know that there's some YouTubers, not really aquarium related, that I watch on YouTube that I just think are absolutely awesome. My one username, dropping a $1 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And good morning to everyone tuned in. Happy Wednesday. We're nearing the middle of the week, which means the weekend's almost here. So for a lot of us, that is a celebration. But for me, I love every day. I really enjoy what I do. If I ever get too stressed out, I got my Xbox over here that I could play on. I got this big tank back here that I could just chill, take a second and watch it. And if you guys could see all these babies over here, I don't want to actually. I can move it. No, it would be too hard. But on this far side, there's so many babies in the corner. It's absolutely crazy. How about this? So I want to do something for you all. I haven't made a legitimate video in some time now. So what I want to do is I want to make a video, either the new building here at the shop on a specific tank, maybe the 480, maybe on the beta rack, maybe just on Nano fish, whatever you guys think. I want to make a video for you all. Now, it's not going to be super edited, but right after this live stream, maybe an hour after, I'm going to go through, I'm going to shoot a video, and I want it to be something that you guys want to pick. And so what do you guys want to see? Because at the end of the day, you all here are my biggest supporters, and I definitely want to do something for you all and just let you know how thankful I am. And so if you guys could, let me know, and then I'll post that video tomorrow. Tracy Walker said, today is my weekend. That's nice. It's nice to have Wednesday as your weekend. Another rumor said, what Nano fish would you feel comfortable putting in a tank with shrimp? So for display purposes, I would probably put in there rasboras. Most tetras will probably pick on them, so I would stick to rasboras. I mean, every fish is going to be different. I would say any fish that could fit a shrimp in its mouth will eat a shrimp. And so even like tiny rasboras, they'll still possibly eat shrimp babies if they find them. It's just, if the opportunity is there, they'll take it. But they're not going to actively hunt them, I wouldn't think. But I don't know for sure. Don't quote me on that. But I would definitely use rasboras if I was going to do a shrimp and fish tank. So Mike Swanson in the house. We got Mike Swanson, which is actually Jeff, one of the guys that work here. Jeff was my first ever employee. Really helped me build a business. His dad, Mike Swanson's in the house. So huge shout out to Mike. He said he wants to see the new building. So we got one vote for the new building. We got one vote for the 480 gallon. And so right now we're tied 1-1. We'll see how many more people chime in, and we'll give it till the end of the stream, and I'll go back through and see what you guys want to see, and then I will oblige and let you guys know. So everyone who's leaving Sunshine Aquatics, have a great day. Thank you again for tuning in. Really appreciate it. But yeah, so let me know what you guys want to see as far as videos. And if no one else votes, then maybe I'll just do a video on the new building and the 480 and post those up this week. But anyway, so it's Wednesday. I guess I'm thinking of something I can give you guys. Motivation wise, that can get you through the week. And new building, new building, new building. Everyone's voting new building. And yeah, new building. So I guess it's new building. New building looks to be what everyone's wanting. And it all. Thank you, Mike. Mike was the first person that voted for it. And so we'll do a little video of the new building and let you guys know about that. I do not have much experience with killifish. I do not. 224. That's what I'll call you. Everyone's voting new building. We got 2 votes for the 480. And so I guess we're going to be talking about the new building, and unless like a ton of votes for the 480 come in, which a couple are coming in now. A couple are coming in. The Fishy Mailman said, Rob, I saw the post on the USA Freshwater Shrimp and Plants Facebook group that you will be getting more involved with the group. Any spoilers you can give us? So that's actually a really funny story. So if you guys get on Facebook, there's a big United States shrimp group. It's Shrimp and Plants. And it's been a group that's been around for a long time. I remember joining it a long time ago and going there for information and stuff and meeting people. And I thought it was awesome. Well, recently I was made a moderator of that group, and everyone, the person that was the admin, which if you guys didn't know, Facebook groups work. The admin is in control of the group, and then there's moderators underneath the admin. So anyone who's an admin basically is the owner of the group. So the owner of the group made me a moderator and was super excited, announced it, and then everything just went downhill. Like people were freaking out. They're like, "Why would you put him into leadership? Like this is absolutely insane." Like it is crazy how some people hate me so much. which sucks, but I guess it is what it is. It reminded me of a quote, one of my favorite quotes of all time. Well, not favorite quotes of all time, but a quote that I think really means a lot, and it should mean a lot to a lot of people. If no one ever hates you, well, I don't know the the way to articulate it perfectly, but the gist of the quote is that if no one ever hates you, then it means that you never stood for anything. And so when you stand for something, it means that people are going to hate you and people are going to love you. And that's just the way it goes. And so I guess the positive way to look at it when people hate you is just means that like I stood up for something. I don't know. That's what I'm going with. It works for me. But anyway, with the Facebook group, I got to be one of the moderators, and it was great. And I was really excited. We're going to be doing some giveaways. Hopefully I can bring in some sponsors, and that could sponsor the group and also provide through the sponsorship, provide some things to give away on there to benefit the members and make it more of an interactive thing. Make the group more centered around information rather than like, hey, here's my video, go check it out, or here's my website, go check it out. Like focus more on information beginners. Also help create it into more of a positive atmosphere, because honestly, if you guys have never been on Facebook, there's a lot of drama. There's a lot of things that happen on Facebook, and it's never good. Same thing with forums. Like people just get clicky, and it's just not a good thing. And so my thing is coming into the leadership of that group is to really like break the fold and like help people become more positive and moderate the group in a way that furthers the hobby, not necessarily forces people out of it. And so super excited. There's people freaked out. It was crazy. The guy that was the leader of the group freaked out, went off on people. And it was just like it was a worst case scenario. Like it was horrible. It was like the band hammer was down. People were getting kicked out of the group left and right. People were getting muted. There were curse words flying. Like everything was crazy. I just keep chiming in. I was trying to calm the situation down, ask or answer any questions that are being asked within reason, and it didn't work. And so it was bad. And so the next day, I ended up talking with the person that was the admin of the group, being like, "Hey man, like I really think you should just like focus on life, like get out of here, like go focus on your family. Like obviously, if this stuff gets you that worked up, then you just need a break." And so he ended up just like completely stepping out of the group. He made me the admin of the group. So now I have complete control over it, which I'm not someone that just, has power and takes over. Like that is not me at all. And so we've just been slowly like implementing rules and trying to make things as good as they could be, and slowly like calming down the negativity and the drama. And hopefully we can make it into a very, very positive place, and at least a place that I would be happy recommending, like, hey, go check out this Facebook group to get information, because there's some really great people over there. Right now, I'm not confident in that. And so that's why I don't push anyone over there. And so, yeah, so it is what it is. But yeah, so it was a pretty crazy day. The water box says, it happens. People get a bit jealous and possession about stuff. Yeah, so people do. And at the end of the day, like I don't blame anyone for how they feel. Truthfully, like we all are how we are based on the environment that we grew up in and the decisions that we make. And so when people are super negative and jealous and bitter, I just feel bad for them. Like that's just such a miserable way to live. And I really wish that they didn't feel that way. And I feel bad for the life that they lived that got them to that point, not necessarily their choices, but the things that happen around them. And you can only hope that they get out of that. And so I don't take anything really to heart. My wife, I think she gets more upset than I do, only because she knows my heart and she knows who I am. And so when people like are bashing me, I think it really hurts her feelings. And it's kind of like she's very defensive of me. And it takes a lot for her to just sit back and watch those things happen, because at the end of the day, when people are being negative and stuff, the best thing to do is just not to fuel the fire. Just let them say what they need to say, and hopefully it just gets better. So JD Aquatics says, hey, Rob, in your opinion, how big would an operation have to be in order to breed enough of just one strain of shrimp to match what you import? So it really depends on what you're breeding. So let me think of like what we sell the least of. So if you bred extreme black King Kongs and red King Kongs, you might only need 4 or 5 tanks, because we don't sell a ton of those. But the more you breed and the more you have, then we could decrease the price based on that, and then find out where demand and price match, our demand and supply. So a lot of the things that we have a hard time like keeping in stock, like deep blue bolts is one. I would love to decrease the cost of deep blue bolts. I think it's 2 of them for $50 or something, which $25 a piece is a little much. But at the end of the day, they sell like hotcakes and we can't keep them in stock. So it's almost to the point where we have to increase our price. But yeah, so if you're looking at like cherry shrimp, we go through like, I don't even know, maybe 10,000 cherry shrimp in a month. Maybe a little bit less depending on what season it is. But let's say if it averaged out for the whole year, we might go through 10,000 a month, 120,000 cherry shrimp a year, something like that. And so for you to breed 120,000 cherry shrimp a year, that would take a whole heck of a lot of tanks. And so I would focus in on things maybe like crystal reds that are a pretty big seller, that, you know, it might take 10 tanks to keep the inventory up or something like that. And so again, it really just depends on what you're going for. But yeah, so everyone's like, oh, Facebook drama book, Facebook drama. Yeah, Facebook is a pretty treacherous place. Love it, and I see a lot of potential there, or I wouldn't have become an admin of the group. And I hope that it pays out. Why is everything sold out? Yeah, so Dominic just asked, why is everything sold out? And the reason is because everything's sold out. Everything's sold. We had a July 4th sale and every single thing was gone. And so right now our warehouse is completely full of shrimp. We'll probably wait another week before we start doing pre-sales. We got them in on Thursday, the 18th. So tomorrow we'll make 1 week, and we'll probably wait till July or August 1st before we start selling them, just to ensure that we know that they're going to do good and there's no issues. And so I just saw something else. Kaylee said, I have a question. When are the orange-eyed royal blue tigers going on sale? So we actually have a decent amount of orange-eyed blue tigers, but we're hoarding them for ourselves because in the new building, I really want to start breeding them. And so I can always make an exception if you want to buy like maybe 5 or 10 for a select few people. We can probably make that work, but for the most part, I like to keep them. I don't suppose you'll ever do an auction. So Gregory, yeah, we actually are just getting ready to restart our auctions again. Amanda, my wife, she's been working in the business, and one thing that she really wants to do is like lead the auctions. And so we've been trying to gather some really cool shrimp from our imports and separate them and put them in their own places. And it will be good. Terry's Tank says shadow pandas are my best sellers. That's really good. We don't sell shadows, which we've been getting them in a lot with our recent imports, and so we've had to separate them. So eventually we'll have them as an option, but yeah, it's not something we really sell. So Terry, that's awesome. It's good that smaller businesses find their little niche and that's what they go after. So I think that's awesome, Terry. I think you should really pursue that, and it'll be good. Brian's Fish Tanks, dude. You know I want some RBT, which is Royal Blue Tigers. Yeah. So we'll do some cool stuff. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out for the past almost hour at this point. Really good stories at the beginning, and I really appreciate the great questions. All the members that decided to join in today's stream, really appreciate you. If you guys do want to become a member, we truly appreciate it. It means that you could join us next week and get a more in-depth look at Flip Aquatics and talk with me more personally. I know I didn't get through even half of the comments that were left, and I'm sorry for that. But if you do want to get your comment heard, you can always join that members-only stream, and you can have your voice heard, I guess, and talk more directly to me, I guess you could say. But yeah, so it sounds like I'll be doing a video on the new building, and so that will be coming out probably tomorrow, and it'll be really good. I appreciate every single one of you. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining the live stream and being a part of Coffee with Flip. And I guess I will see you guys next Wednesday for another episode. You guys make it a great rest of your week, and I'll talk with you guys soon.